You know what's hiding in your freezer right now that could be aging you faster than you think? I'm about to reveal the 4 frozen foods that are silently sabotaging your health after 60. Plus, the 4 game-changing options that could literally add years to your life. And trust me, number 3 on the never touch list is probably sitting in your freezer right now, and it might shock you. Welcome back to Senior Nutrition, my friends. I'm Dr. James Hartwell, and I'm here with another episode focused on helping you not just survive after 60, but absolutely thrive. For those of you just joining our community, I've spent over 30 years in medicine, watching patients struggle with nutrition advice that simply wasn't designed for their changing bodies. That's why I'm passionate about cutting through all the confusing nutrition noise out there and giving you practical, science-backed advice that actually works for mature adults like us. I've been researching nutrition for people over 60 for over a decade now, and I've learned that most dietary advice out there is written for 30-year-olds. But our bodies have changed, our needs have evolved, and what worked for us in our 30 seconds and 40 seconds might actually be working against us now. Here's exactly what I promise you'll get in the next 30 minutes. First, I'll expose the 4 frozen foods that are literally working against your body's needs after 60 and why your metabolism simply can't handle them like it used to. Then, I'll share the 4 frozen superfoods that are absolutely perfect for your changing nutritional needs, plus exactly how to incorporate them into your daily routine without any complicated meal planning. But here's the thing, this isn't just about avoiding the bad stuff. I'm going to show you how making these simple swaps can help you maintain muscle mass, support brain health, boost energy levels, improve your sleep quality, and even help you feel more confident in your own skin. We'll also talk about portion sizes, timing, and some meal ideas that'll make your taste buds happy. Sound good? Let's dive right in, and I promise you'll walk away with actionable information you can use today. Before we get to the lists, let's have an honest conversation about why frozen foods are actually more important to get right after 60 than at any other time in your life. This foundation is crucial because once you understand the why, the what becomes so much clearer. Your body is changing in ways that most people don't talk about, and honestly, that many doctors don't even address during your regular checkups. Your metabolism has slowed down by about 2-3% per decade since your 20 seconds, which means you're burning fewer calories just by existing. But here's what's really important. Your calorie needs are decreasing, while your nutrient needs are actually increasing. It's like trying to fit more groceries into a smaller shopping cart. Your stomach produces less acid as you age, making it harder to absorb certain crucial nutrients like vitamin B12, iron, and calcium. Your sense of taste and smell naturally diminish, which can lead to either overeating as you search for satisfaction or undereating because food just doesn't seem as appealing anymore. Your muscle mass is declining at a rate of 3-8% per decade after 30, and this accelerates significantly after 60. This isn't just about looking good. Muscle mass is directly tied to your metabolism, your bone health, your balance, and your overall independence as you age. But here's some genuinely good news that I want you to really hear. Frozen foods can actually be your secret weapon in this new phase of life. When chosen correctly, they're often more nutritious than fresh foods that have been sitting in your fridge for a week, losing vitamins and minerals every day. They're incredibly convenient when cooking feels overwhelming. They dramatically reduce food waste, and they can help you maintain consistent nutrition even when life gets busy or you're just not feeling up to elaborate meal preparation. The key is knowing which ones to choose and which ones to avoid, like the plague. Because unfortunately, the frozen food industry has not been kind to the nutritional needs of mature adults. Most frozen meals are designed for younger metabolisms and completely ignore the unique requirements of bodies over 60. They're often too high in sodium, too low in protein, packed with inflammatory ingredients, and loaded with empty calories that work against everything your body is trying to accomplish. The 4 worst frozen foods. Let's start with the big one, and I know this might hurt a little. Frozen pizza. I completely understand the appeal. It's convenient. It tastes good, it feels like comfort food, and when you're tired or don't feel like cooking, it seems like the perfect solution. But I need to share with you what's really happening to your body when you eat frozen pizza. after 60 and why it's working against everything you want to achieve. First, let's talk about the sodium content, which is absolutely astronomical. Most frozen pizzas contain between 700 and 200 milligrams of sodium per serving. And let's be completely honest here, who among us actually eats just one serving? I've never met anyone who cuts a pizza into 4 pieces and saves 3 of them for later. After 60, your kidneys become less efficient at processing excess sodium, which means higher blood pressure, increased risk of stroke, water retention that makes you feel bloated and uncomfortable, and serious strain on your cardiovascular system that's already working harder than it used to. Second, the refined carbohydrates in the crust cause massive blood sugar spikes that hit you differently now than they did when you were younger. Your insulin sensitivity decreases with age, so these spikes hit you harder and last longer. This leads to those afternoon energy crashes that leave you feeling foggy and tired, increased inflammation throughout your body, and over time, a significantly higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Third, the processed meats typically found on frozen pizzas, pepperoni, sausage, ham are loaded with nitrates, preservatives, and low-quality ingredients. These compounds have been linked to increased cancer risk. And here's the kicker. Your body's natural ability to detoxify these chemicals diminishes with age, meaning they stay in your system longer and cause more damage. But here's the real kicker that most people don't realize. Frozen pizza provides almost no protein relative to its massive calorie content. After 60, you actually need more protein than ever before to maintain muscle mass and support your immune system. But frozen pizza gives you empty calories that actually work against muscle preservation. You might eat 800 calories of pizza and only get 15-20 grams of protein when you should be getting at least 25-30 grams per meal. The oils used in frozen pizza are often inflammatory omega-6 oils that contribute to joint pain and inflammation. If you've been wondering why your knees or hips hurt more lately, your frozen pizza habit might be contributing to that discomfort. Number 2, frozen breakfast pastries. Breakfast Pop-Tarts, toaster strudels, frozen waffles dripping with syrup, breakfast burritos loaded with processed ingredients. These might seem like quick breakfast solutions when you're rushing or just don't feel like cooking, but they're absolute nutrition disasters for anyone over 60, and I'll tell you exactly why. These products are essentially sugar bombs wrapped in refined flour and marketed as breakfast food. A typical serving contains 15 to 25 grams of sugar, which is already dangerously close to your entire daily recommended limit before you've even had lunch. But when you're over 60, your body's ability to regulate blood sugar becomes significantly compromised, making these morning sugar rushes particularly dangerous and damaging. The trans fats in many frozen pastries are another major concern that we need to address head-on. While many companies have reduced trans fats in recent years, they're often replaced with other inflammatory oils like palm oil or partially hydrogenated soybean oil that can increase your risk of heart disease, contribute to cognitive decline, and worsen arthritis symptoms. Here's something that most people don't realize, and this was a game changer for me when I learned it. Eating high-sugar, high-carb breakfast after 60 can actually make you hungrier throughout the entire day. This happens because the blood sugar roller coaster disrupts your hunger hormones, specifically leptin and ghrelin, leading to increased cravings, overeating, and weight gain around your midsection. And belly fat after 60 isn't just a cosmetic issue. It's particularly dangerous because it surrounds your vital organs and increases inflammation throughout your body. Plus, these foods provide absolutely zero nutritional value when your body needs nutrients more than ever before. After 60, your calorie needs decrease, but your nutrient needs actually increase for things like protein, calcium, vitamin D, and B vitamins. Wasting those precious calories on empty carbs, and sugar is essentially a recipe for malnutrition, even if you're getting plenty of calories. The artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives in these products can also disrupt your sleep patterns. Many people over 60 already struggle with sleep issues, and consuming these chemical-laden foods, especially in the morning, can throw off your circadian rhythms and make it even harder to get the restorative sleep your body desperately needs. The third worst food on our list is frozen fried foods. Frozen chicken nuggets, fish sticks, French fries, onion rings, mozzarella sticks. These are the frozen foods that might be hiding in your freezer right now, and they're particularly harmful after 60 for reasons that go far beyond just being unhealthy. When you fry foods and then freeze them, you're creating what I call a perfect storm of inflammation. The oils used in commercial frying are often already rancid by the time they reach your freezer, having been heated to high temperatures multiple times. When you reheat these foods in your oven or microwave, you're creating even more inflammatory compounds called advanced glycation end products or AGEs, which literally accelerate the aging process in your body. Your body's natural anti-inflammatory defenses weaken significantly with age, which means these foods cause more damage in your system than they would in a younger person. This inflammation doesn't just contribute to joint pain and stiffness, it also affects your brain function, leading to that foggy feeling, memory issues, and increased risk of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes. The breading on frozen fried foods is typically made from refined flour mixed with added sugars, artificial flavors, and preservatives. This combination spikes your blood sugar while providing absolutely no beneficial nutrients. For someone over 60, this is like pouring gasoline on the fire of metabolic decline, making it even harder for your body to maintain stable energy levels and healthy weight. But perhaps most importantly for people our age, these foods are extremely calorie-dense with very poor satiety. You can easily consume 500-800 calories of frozen fried foods without feeling satisfied or nourished, leading to overeating and unwanted weight gain. And when you're over 60, losing that excess weight becomes significantly more challenging due to hormonal changes and decreased muscle mass. The sodium content in these foods is also through the roof, often containing 4,800 milligrams per serving, which can quickly push you over your daily sodium limit and contribute to high blood pressure and cardiovascular problems. Number 4, frozen desserts and ice cream. Now, I'm not talking about the occasional treat or birthday celebration. I'm talking about the regular consumption of frozen desserts that many people over 60 fall into because they're convenient, comforting, and frankly, sometimes eating something sweet feels like one of the few pleasures left when everything else hurts or feels difficult. Commercial frozen desserts are loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, stabilizers, and emulsifiers that can seriously disrupt your gut microbiome. After 60, your digestive system becomes more sensitive and less resilient, and these artificial ingredients can cause bloating, gas, irregular bowel movements, and even contribute to mood changes and brain fog. The sugar content in frozen desserts is particularly problematic for mature adults. A single serving of premium ice cream can contain 20-30 grams of sugar. But here's what's really concerning. That's just the serving size on the package. Most of us eat much more than that in one sitting. This amount of sugar causes massive inflammation throughout your body, contributes to insulin resistance, and has been directly linked to cognitive decline and increased risk of dementia. Many frozen desserts also contain high amounts of saturated fats from low-quality sources like palm oil and processed dairy. While some saturated fat is perfectly fine and even beneficial, the types used in commercial frozen desserts can contribute to arterial stiffness, increased cholesterol levels, and cardiovascular problems. Here's the real issue that I see affecting so many people our age. Frozen desserts trigger intense cravings for more sweet foods. After 60, your taste buds become less sensitive, which means you need more and more sugar to get the same satisfaction you used to get from smaller amounts. This creates a vicious cycle where you need increasingly sweet foods to feel satisfied, leading to chronic overconsumption of sugar and a constant battle with cravings. The artificial ingredients in many frozen desserts can also interfere with your sleep quality. Poor sleep after 60 is already a major concern, and consuming these chemical-laden desserts, especially in the evening, can make it even harder to get the deep restorative sleep your body needs to repair and regenerate. Now, before you think I'm trying to take away all the joy and convenience from your freezer, let me share some genuinely exciting news that I want you to get excited about. There are 4 frozen foods that are not just okay for people over 60. They're actually nutritional powerhouses that can help you feel better, look younger, have more energy, and yes, even live longer. These foods are specifically beneficial for the unique needs of mature adults, and they're just as convenient as the foods I just told you to avoid. In fact, some of these might surprise you with how delicious and satisfying they can be. I've had clients tell me that once they started incorporating these foods regularly, they stopped craving the unhealthy options entirely. The best part, these foods work with your changing body instead of against it. They support your metabolism, help maintain muscle mass, reduce inflammation, and provide the specific nutrients that become more important as we age. They're also incredibly versatile, budget-friendly, and perfect for meal prep. I'm going to share not just what these foods are, but exactly how to choose the best options, how to prepare them for maximum nutrition and flavor, and how to incorporate them into your routine in a way that feels natural and enjoyable, not like another chore or restriction. The first one on my list is frozen wild-caught fish. This is hands down the #1 frozen food that everyone over 60 should have in their freezer, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. This could be the single most important dietary change you make this year. Wild-caught salmon, sardines, mackerel, anchovies, and other fatty fish are flash frozen at peak freshness, often within hours of being caught, making them significantly more nutritious than fresh fish that's been sitting around for days or even weeks before reaching your grocery store. The omega-3 fatty acids in these fish are absolutely crucial for brain health, heart health, and reducing inflammation. 3 areas where people over 60 need the most support. Studies show that regular consumption of omega-3s can reduce your risk of cognitive decline by up to 30%, lower your risk of heart disease by 25%, and significantly reduce inflammatory markers in your blood. But here's what makes frozen fish even better for our lifestyle. It's incredibly convenient and foolproof. You can go from frozen solid to a perfectly cooked restaurant-quality meal in 15-20 minutes. No planning ahead, no worrying about spoilage, no stress about whether the fish is still good, and absolutely no compromise on nutrition. The protein in fish is also ideal for maintaining and even building muscle mass after 60. It's easily digestible, contains all the essential amino acids your body needs for muscle protein synthesis, and doesn't put strain on your kidneys like some other protein sources can. One serving provides 20-25 grams of high-quality complete protein. Fish also provides vitamin D, which becomes increasingly important as we age since our skin becomes less efficient at producing it from sunlight. Vitamin D is crucial for bone health, immune function, and mood regulation. Here's a pro tip that will change your fish eating game. Buy individually frozen pieces so you can take out exactly what you need without thawing an entire package. Look for fish that's been flash frozen on the boat for maximum freshness and nutrition. Wild caught is always better than farmed when possible, as it contains higher levels of omega-3s and fewer contaminants. For preparation, you can cook frozen fish directly from frozen. No thawing required. Simply add 5 to 10 minutes to your cooking time. Season with herbs, lemon, and a little olive oil, and you have a meal that would cost $30 in a restaurant. Number 2. Frozen berries. This might surprise you, but frozen berries are actually more nutritious than fresh berries most of the time, and they're an absolute superfood for people over 60. Here's why this should become a daily staple in your diet. Frozen berries are picked at peak ripeness when their antioxidant content is at its highest, then flash frozen within hours to preserve all those beneficial compounds. Fresh berries, on the other hand, are often picked before they're fully ripe so they can survive transport, and they lose nutrients every single day. They sit in trucks, warehouses, and your refrigerator. The antioxidants in berries are particularly important after 60 because they help protect your brain from age-related decline, support your immune system, which naturally weakens with age, and fight the chronic low-grade inflammation that contributes to most age-related diseases, including arthritis, heart disease, and even cancer. Blueberries, in particular, have been called brain berries because they've been shown in multiple studies to improve memory and cognitive function in adults over 60. Just 1 cup of frozen blueberries provides more antioxidants than most people get in an entire day from all their other foods combined. Strawberries are packed with vitamin C, more than oranges actually, which is crucial for immune function and collagen production. As we age, our collagen production naturally decreases, leading to joint stiffness and skin changes. So getting vitamin C from natural sources becomes increasingly important. The fiber in berries is also crucial for digestive health, which becomes more challenging as we age. The soluble fiber helps regulate blood sugar and cholesterol levels, while the insoluble fiber keeps your digestive system running smoothly and feeds the beneficial bacteria in your gut. Here's how to use them in ways that will make you actually look forward to eating them. Add frozen berries directly to smoothies for instant thickness and natural sweetness. Stir them into oatmeal or yogurt. They'll thaw quickly and create their own natural syrup. You can also thaw them and use them as a natural sweetener for homemade desserts, or eat them frozen as a refreshing snack that satisfies sweet cravings. The natural sugars in berries are balanced by fiber and water, so they won't cause the blood sugar spikes that added sugars do. This makes them perfect for people managing diabetes or trying to maintain stable energy levels throughout the day. Buy a variety, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, and rotate them for different flavors and slightly different nutrient profiles. Organic is preferable when your budget allows, as berries are on the dirty dozen list of produce with higher pesticide residues. Number 3, frozen vegetables. This might seem obvious, but most people over 60 aren't eating nearly enough vegetables, and frozen vegetables make it incredibly easy to get your daily servings without any waste, extensive preparation time, or worry about spoilage. Frozen vegetables are picked at peak nutrition and flash frozen immediately, often making them more nutritious than fresh vegetables that have been sitting in your refrigerator for a week, slowly losing vitamins and minerals. They retain their vitamin content, mineral content, fiber, and beneficial plant compounds. The key is choosing the right frozen vegetables and knowing how to prepare them so they actually taste good. Look for single-ingredient products without added sauces, sodium, or preservatives. The ingredient list should literally say just broccoli or spinach, nothing else. The best options for people over 60 are cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, and Brussels sprouts, which contain sulforaphane, a compound that supports your body's natural detoxification processes. These processes become less efficient as we age, so getting support from food becomes increasingly important. Leafy greens like spinach and kale provide folate, which is essential for brain health and becomes harder to absorb after 60. They also provide nitrates that support cardiovascular health and can actually improve exercise performance and energy levels. Mixed vegetable medleys are convenient and ensure you're getting a variety of nutrients. Look for mixtures that include colorful vegetables. The more colors, the more diverse the antioxidants you're getting. The fiber in vegetables helps maintain healthy gut bacteria, which is crucial for immune function, mood regulation, and overall health. After 60, your gut microbiome naturally becomes less diverse. So, eating a variety of vegetables helps maintain this diversity and support overall health. Here's how to make frozen vegetables taste amazing. Don't overcook them. Most frozen vegetables only need 3 or 5 minutes of cooking time. Add them to soups, stews, and stir-fries. Roast them with olive oil and herbs for a crispy, flavorful side dish. Blend them into smoothies. You won't taste mild vegetables like spinach, but you'll get all the nutrients. Steam them and add a little butter, lemon juice, and herbs. Sauté them with garlic and olive oil. Add them to egg dishes like omelets and frittatas. The key is treating them as ingredients to enhance meals, not as boring sides you have to choke down. Number 4, frozen bone broth. This might be the most underrated frozen food for people over 60. And once you understand the benefits, you'll wonder why more people aren't talking about this nutritional powerhouse. High-quality frozen bone broth is packed with collagen, amino acids, minerals, and beneficial compounds that support joint health, skin health, digestive health, and overall vitality, all areas where we need more support as we age. The collagen in bone broth provides the building blocks for maintaining healthy joints, skin elasticity, and connective tissues throughout your body. Your body's natural collagen production decreases by about 1% per year after age 20. So by the time you're 60, you're producing significantly less than you did in your younger years. Supplementing through diet becomes increasingly important for maintaining mobility and comfort. The amino acids in bone broth, particularly glycine proline and hydroxyproline, support muscle maintenance and recovery. This is crucial for people over 60 who are trying to maintain muscle mass and strength. Glycine also supports better sleep quality and can help reduce inflammation throughout the body. Bone broth is incredibly easy to digest, making it perfect for people with sensitive stomachs, digestive issues, or anyone recovering from illness. It can help heal and seal the gut lining, which often becomes more permeable with age, leading to food sensitivities and immune system challenges. The minerals in bone broth, calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and others, are in forms that are easily absorbed by your body. This is particularly important as nutrient absorption becomes less efficient with age. Look for bone broth that's been simmered for at least 24